With Pakistan's economy in deep distress, could Operation Sindoor act as a tipping point, intensifying the internal collapse of Pakistan and leading to serious political instability? Today, the Karachi Stock Exchange closed early after a near 7,000 point crash amidst repeated drone strikes across cities. Trading was suspended. How do you read this development in the broader strategic and regional security context? Are we witnessing a slow motion unraveling of a fragile state under calibrated Indian pressure? That's precisely what's happening. Yes, this is going to have a multi-dimensional impact on Pakistan, multiple impacts in multiple dimensions and domains and areas. First of all, it has a deep impact on the psyche of the people of the nation. The nation as a collectively has a morale, has a psyche, and every nation needs victory to feel good about itself. And when this sort of thing happens, it leaves a huge scar in your psyche, in the collective consciousness. So the Pakistani people's morale, I promise you, has crashed, has plummeted. It's a negative figures right now. So that's one thing that's happened. The army, I assure you, the Pakistani civilians, if this continues, they will no longer see the army as a legitimate dictatorial force, and whatever support exists for the army will evaporate. All the grievances, all the misrule of the army will come to the fore, and there's going to be a significant pushback uh, against the army. That's another thing that will happen. Economically, Pakistan is already in deep, deep, deep trouble, dire straits. That's going to worsen, right? The water situation is going to be another pain point because we no longer, the Indus Water Treaty no longer stands, right? The Shimla Agreement is gone, but the water is going to be a problem. We can, give them a shortfall of at least 10% of water, 10% less or more. We can release water uh, abruptly if required. It sounds terrible, but that's what you do to a terrorist nation. There's no other way to make them behave. You have to do all these things in tandem. So the water situation is going to be bad, which means their crops will fail, and then they will have to import foodstuffs, food grains, all of that, which already, when you have a tottering economy, that makes things even worse. There's going to be shortages, and who's to blame? The army, the military, the terrorists. They are to blame. Not India is not to blame. The military is to blame, the Pakistani military. So the people will blame the Pakistani military, and once again, that's going to make things very difficult for the military. So overall, you're gonna see disenchantment, disaffection rising in Pakistan, and then all the old grievances will come to the fore. Sindhu Desh will want independence. Balochistan already wants independence. That'll come up. Um, the Pashtuns want to reunite with Afghanistan, and they should. So eventually, the nation will break up. It should have broken up a long time ago, but it's always external forces that have kept it together. Now the US has taken its hands away. Pakistan now is once again a creature of China. So the Chinese will try and perhaps stabilize Pakistan. They'll try. Let's see how long and how far that succeeds. So that is the situation. We are indeed witnessing the beginning of the slow motion unraveling of the Pakistan nation. I said this a couple of weeks ago that the Pahalgam attack was a tipping point. It was an inflection point for Pakistan, and the countdown for Pakistan started that day, whatever date it was, 25th of April or whatever it was. That was the biggest mistake Pakistan did in its history. And the countdown for Pakistan started that day. The clock is now ticking. It's ticking backwards. It's ticking towards zero. It may reach zero in 3 months or 6 months or 3 years or 10 years, whenever it does, but the countdown has started. It's begun. And soon, unfortunately, time will be up for Pakistan, and I hope it doesn't cause too much suffering to the people. But if it does, well, who's to blame. It's not us who's to blame. It's your leadership. It's the Pakistani ISI military terrorism entity that is to blame for everything that's going wrong in Pakistan. You can't blame India for it. We are simply defending ourselves. And we've had enough.